Hopefully this isn't sweet, but I went to the library last week, and at these books, The Alistair by Geoffrey, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and The Joy Club. I will be reading all three of these book ebooks, a page out of all three of these book ebooks. I'm going to do one per video, because I don't want to make this so long and drag it down, so I'm going to take random page, let me start over. I'm going to, in place of the, 50 Shades of Grey reading that everybody's been doing, I am going to, read a page out of these three books, and yeah, and at the end I'm gonna do one book per video, so if you're in the Tumblr library and you're looking for one of these three books, I have them. Yes, and okay. And The Eye of the Storm by Patrick White. He is, Patrick White wrote this book in 1973, I believe. The reason why there's actors on this book is it made into an Australian movie, and it is now rewritten, refurbished, whatever, to fit the movie The Eye of the Storm, and by Fred Epstein, I think it is, the movie. So yeah, and this one is a really nasty pervy book anyways, so that's why I went with this book instead of reading nasty, rapey, 50 Shades of Grey. So, it's this page. Oh yeah, and I did try, I read, but not very much, and the first chapter in this book is 80 pages. I tried reading the 80 pages, but I did not, so here it is. Oh yay, a letter. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, I am reading page 200 and 201 in this book, and 202 because, I guess it continues on in the little letter here. Alright, he laughed. They were united in a moment of such understanding. She went and knelt beside his chair and started desperately kissing his hands. It was as close as they came to physical desire during the last weeks. Ugh. But the hands remained cold and yellow. Ugh. Shortly after, he said, "If you don't mind, but you'll have to give me a shot tonight." As his strength left him, Eldred would carry him down to his chair in the library. Still later in his decline, she would hold the room to lift him out of or into his bed, till the day she discovered she had managed this bundle of dwindling flesh herself. At once the relationship changed. Where she had loved, now she is pitied. It was not pity in the ordinary sense, but an emotional need to merge herself with this child who might have sprung in the beginning from her body. Ooh. Oh. By performing for him all the more sordid menial acts. What? Who? Tenderly wiping weather faces or the liquid foods he mostly vomited back. Sometimes, in the dependency of this new relationship, she thought of her actual children. She had never felt pity for those walled up in themselves, armed for emergencies with formidable moral weapons. But perhaps she had been wrong. They may have needed her pity. She might have earned their love. On the day of steely straight rain, she was forced to approach a subject Alfred was determined to avoid. Surely now you should allow me to write and tell the children. I don't want to disrupt their lives. Oh, this is the letter. If 1 year old, they haven't been told, they might resent it terribly. Of course, she cannot truthfully answer for their children, only for herself. The remorse boiling up in her, with whatever Alfred's wishes, she took it upon herself to write. Dorothy, in the grip of her unhappy marriage, replied in a translation from the French. My dearest father, you can imagine my feelings on receiving this truly shocking news. It grieves me deeply to be unable to do anything to ease your suffering. Here I am, living through neither fruitfully nor happily play at the other end of the earth, yet within certain obligations towards those who have become by marriage my family. Hubert? Is that Hubert? Hubert. I rarely see we play hearts and box, whatever that is, between Lunar and Passy, okay? Weird words I don't know, but whatever. Must be some sort of game, I don't know. But I shall not allow myself to hate my husband, nor shall anyone have the cause to blame me for not trying. If our marriage appears to fail, the dreadful old princesses my mother-in-law is eternally waiting to pronounce. But I refuse to offer myself as her mouse. Mouse? Muse? No, mouse. So you will understand, my darling father, it is impossible for me to obey. Be serious. For me to obey my instincts and come to you. This is how our lives have been arranged, and however brutally in your case or foolishly in mine, there is little we can do about it beyond praying to God for deliverance from our sufferings. You are always in my prayers and thoughts, in every increasing appreciation and affection, Dorothy. Now, Dorothy is Judy Davis here. I just read her letter. And yeah, this is Basil. That's played by Geoffrey Rush. And this up here is their mommy. Her actor name is Charlotte Rampling. And the lady in the dressed as a nurse, her actor, is her name in the thing? No, I think it's something else, but that's actually the director's daughter, believe it or not. Yeah, weird. Yeah, and then the eye over here is somebody as well. I can't remember who at the moment. And you know what? I'm gonna read Basil or Basil in Australia, and it's in Australia the name Basil is you pronounce the A. So Basil was more genuinely Basil. My dear old dad, you are the last man I'd like to thank, a victim of this most horrible injustice. As I remember you, the kindest and most generous of human beings. I am the more depressed for being unable at the moment to concentrate all my thoughts on you. Oh, we are in the throes of rehearsal. THROES. Opening at the new a week from now in, I can't say that. It's the one where, oh yeah, he's, another thing, he's playing King Lear. He's about ready to play King Lear, Basil. So, yeah, that's why he's talking about that name. I'm not gonna say that particular play because it's bad to say that particular play's name. Starts with an M. And yeah, that. My screen went out. Okay. Since receiving Mother's letter, this is literally the first opportunity to sort out my feelings and attempt to reply. Even now, it is only a few moments snatched in an empty auditorium. While trip? Yeah, of actors continues to add noise on stage. Add noise? Okay, whatever. Here I sit unshaven, unwashed, unshaven, here I sit unshaven, unwashed, with a weight on my stomach after swallowing a wretched, fatty sandwich too fast. Ugh. Yeah. But I wanted to send you my very deepest sympathy, however inadequately expressed. We seriously ever spoke to each other, did we? And yet, on looking back, I can sense that some kind of empathy excited between us. Oh, if we had our lives over again, I believe I'd choose to live. Oh, not to renounce life for the rubby business of creating an appearance of it. I'd like to sit a few minutes on our dad and try to share your feelings at this moment of awfulness, but they are calling for me, so there is nothing for it but to leave you most regretfully. Blessings, Basil. P.S. Nobody can realize the strain experienced by an actor who has taken on name a play that I cannot mention because it is bad if you say that thing. Alright, and that was pages not 101, 200, 101, 201, and 202, and a little bit of 203 to The Eye of the Storm by Patrick White. Bye bye. This is 20 minutes, so bye bye.